Good evening, everyone. It is my favorite day of the week, Wednesday, because we have Wow Wednesday testimonial call talking about our amazing AO scan technology and everything else Solex offers, but the scanner's our favorite. So I'm Dr. Sheila. For those of you that might not know me, we often have a lot of guests on here. So I am the founder of the Wow Wellness team, and we love Solex. We love this call. We've been doing it for maybe 21 months every week. And I can tell you, nothing ever gets old. Nothing's ever too small. I have learned something every single week. Sometimes we have a few people, sometimes we have lots of people, but we want to hear from you because you never know how you could offer inspiration to someone else or hope to someone else. There's so much capability in our AO scan. None of us can possibly be using all of it. And I can tell you, we all use it so differently. And there's so many things that someone else might not have thought of. So please, please, please unmute yourself, raise your hand, whatever you're comfortable doing. We want to hear from you. Tell us about your experiences. If you're brand new, tell us what attracted you to this. And if you're not brand new, tell us what attracted you to this. We want to hear from you. So who wants to start us off? Come on, don't be shy. We learn from everybody. Patricia, I'm going to put you on the spot since you just received a scan from Dr. Janisa. I would love to hear what intrigued you.
Well, I just started learning about frequencies, and I went to a place for EE system and was intrigued by that, but wanted something, I don't know, different where I wouldn't have to travel. So she told me about this, and there was another company, but I chose to get scanned on this one. And I really like the readings that I see because a lot of it I knew already about myself. So it actually confirmed it. And it was so simple, but I still don't understand the technology. So I thought tonight was going to be like, okay, tell us more.
So this call is mainly for sharing
So that's what drew me
testimonies.
to it, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we love to hear that. And this call is our weekly testimonial call. So most of the time we just share our testimonies, and sometimes it'll bring you to tears. Seriously, I can't tell you how many times I've been in tears hearing stories that people have shared. And we've got some warriors in here that, man, when they find out somebody's in trouble, they get in their scanner right now, even if they don't know them. And the stories will blow your mind, but it just makes my heart light up because we have something that we can help anybody, anytime, anywhere in the world. And when people actually take that action, that's what this is about, helping people and then empowering them to help themselves.
Right.
So I am so happy to hear that your results resonated with you. It made sense and it was validating.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, some people are sensitive and they can actually feel when someone's sending frequencies to them. Are you a sensitive type? I personally am not. I don't really feel it.
No, and I have to turn it up loud too to kind of feel. No,
Some people
I'm
can
not,
tell.
but I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I wanted to be that person, but no.
Me too. But we've got Dr. Daryl. He's really awesome. And his mom, boy, she knows if he skips a beat and doesn't send her frequencies, she calls him up and she said, "Did you forget to send my frequencies?" Isn't that funny?
Oh my goodness.
She can tell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyone else? Anyone have
Well,
anything to share with us?
I do.
Yay!
So one is a friend contacted me this week that she had a UTI and she was in horrific pain. And she said, please send me some frequencies because I had sent her frequencies before when she fell and hurt her rib. And she responded immediately. Anyway, so she told me that after a little while after I was sending, she had no pain and she slept through the night. And that and that lasted till the next day. Then she started feeling it a little bit. I mean, I'm a little bit of a non-believer, I'm still, I mean, I want to see what really happened. So that was pretty neat. And she is a kind of person that really responds. And this was at a distance. I wasn't with her or anything. So that was one. The other one is this little kitty that's with me. And I don't know if she had a stroke. She was acting so crazy. She'd go somewhere and go as high as she could. And then I would break my neck trying to get her down.
Oh my goodness. Now your camera's off. We can't see your kitty.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to go back on my phone, so I don't know.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
she's on my lap. But anyway, so this was going on for about a week, and finally I started sending her frequencies, and I couldn't believe it. That day when I came home from work, she was sitting on a table with the other cat, and she hadn't done that in quite a while. So that really was dramatic also.
Wow.
Yep.
That,
So there
oh
you
gosh.
go.
Yay. AO scan for the win.
Yep.
Oh, that is fantastic. Hi, Shaylu. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I got some stories for you. Oh my God. So we are traveling, like we left last Saturday, left Barrie, went to Ottawa, did some treatments, and then Montreal, and then now we're in Fredericton doing treatments. And so on the drive, my husband was like, "Oh, I have a headache." And I'm like, "That's okay. Let me send you some frequencies for that," right? And sure enough, it lightened up the pressure in his head right away. Like it's just amazing, right? But on Monday, my friend called me and she was frantic because someone she knows, their granddaughter had a baby and there was complications. There was an emergency C-section and the baby was in ICU. And the infection had passed on from the mom to the baby.
Oh.
And she's like, "Can you please I'm like, "Yep, send me the info." And I started sending all the frequencies. And I got a picture of the baby today. And I'm getting goosebumps as I say this. Like, I mean, the breathing tubes are off the baby. It's, he's breathing on his own. And I'm just like, thank you, God. Like, it just, wow. Like, it's so amazing. And then I had friends in Ottawa that I didn't get time to meet them, but I was telling them about this. And I'm like, "You guys really need this, And so she's like, "Well, can you just do a scan on my daughter?" But then I know she's got other kids. And then I know she's got a cousin. So I said, "Look, I'm going to give you a 6-day pass. So use it and you can scan your whole family and do what you want." Well, she went crazy with it.
Oh no.
And then at the morning, she's like, "I don't know, I feel like I'm dying." She goes, I'm reciting the Quran and what is going on?" And I'm like, "Well, when I said go crazy, I meant go on the people. Don't just keep running the scans on yourself," right? Because she was detoxing so quickly. So I said, "Okay, now just go and send yourself the healing frequency." So 3 a.m, I'm like texting her going, "This is how you send the healing frequencies, do that." And then the next morning when we spoke, she's like, "What was that?" I said, "Well, I'm glad you did it to you and it's not me doing it to you." But now you can't argue that this stuff works. Like, she was just blown away.
That is amazing. Oh my goodness.
Note to self, got to remind people this is real, it works.
Yeah.
So be gentle with yourself. Don't just keep running every scan under the sun and detoxing big time. You got to take it slow. Yeah.
I love that came up because that is an important thing that we just don't always think about. We just think frequency, especially those of us that maybe aren't as sensitive. We think we can just keep doing all this stuff. But your body, it's like if you can imagine someone yelling at you and music turned up really loud, how much can your nervous system take?
Yeah.
So That's amazing. I'm so glad that came up. And I love that you empowered her with a 6-day pass instead of wearing yourself out trying to give her the experience and her kids. And it's like, no, empower them. People want
do
to
it.
be empowered. They love being able to do this themselves. My patients have their own subscriptions. I can't do it all for them all the time. There's only one of me.
And it's so much cheaper for them to do it themselves, and they can do their families. So I just keep
Exactly.
telling everyone, one person in every household needs to do this.
Yep.
That's it.
It
Like,
saves them so much money.
Yeah. Even just in the supplements they're taking,
Yeah,
because people are spending crazy amounts of money on supplements,
I
and you
know.
don't need to take them every day.
Unless you're on a healing program with a practitioner. I mean, the people, when they come into my clinic and they've got these boxes and bags of stuff that they've bought at Walgreens, Amazon, Walmart, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why do you take all this? Well, they say I need this for that, and this for that. I'm like, wow, let's narrow that down a little bit. That
Yeah.
again, overloading the system. And
Yeah.
that's one reason that Solex is really focused on our nano liquid, because it lightens the load on the liver. Do people, I think they don't understand, they're trying to do well for themselves, and we applaud that. We have to give them credit for trying to take care of themselves, but we just need to give them a little more education, that if they're taking an abundance of things, they are bogging down their liver. So I
I
love
had a
that that
couple
came up.
questions.
Mhm.
One was about, like, let's say, with my husband, yeah, he had a headache. I sent the frequency, the headache went away. But what about, I mean, if he stresses himself out, the headache's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
But what is it the same, like someone who's got gallstones? And, I sent her the frequency. She's no longer in pain, right? But is it the same, that unless she recreates them, they're done now? Or how long do I have to keep sending those frequencies?
So that's a really great question. With headaches, there can be multiple causes, okay? And they're not always easy to determine. When we're sending frequencies, we're helping to support the body to self-correct what it can. If they're dehydrated, massively stressed, or they don't have great circulation or lymphatic flow, it's going to be difficult. Gallstones, they've got blockage in there and some hardness that has to be broken up. And so when I envision whether it's a kidney stone, a liver stone, in the ureters, whatever it is, I picture it like doing lithotripsy. When we're sending frequencies to that problem, we're trying to help the body break it up like lithotripsy would do.
Yep.
And we don't know how long that's going to take. So we just follow the situation as it happens.
So I mean, I'm still sending it, even though she's not in pain anymore, but I just wondered, like if there was a time frame, or, so just, okay.
Yeah. So I also like the idea of doing the easy scan and continuing to hit optimize, because when you run easy scan, you've got vitals and comprehensive along with inner voice all in 6 minutes. And it knows exactly what they need in priority right now, where I can go build a custom playlist. And this is, I used to wear myself out trying to build playlists. And then when I was talking to Lauren one day, and he was talking about, what he did after his stroke that left him paralyzed, he just scanned and optimized for 3 days and walked out of the hospital. And I thought, well, that's genius. Instead of me building a playlist, targeting something, why am I not trusting what's just been scanned and found out to be priority?
Okay.
So you can hit optimize every hour to remind the body, give them, it's kind of like homeopathy. It's pretty much the same as homeopathy. Give them that message again, give it to them again so that they can, do the work that it's designed to do.
Well, I guess, okay, so I guess innately I kind of knew that, because for the baby, the last 2 nights, all night, I just sent the frequencies. Like, I didn't stop. I was
Good.
just like continuous and just sent it nonstop, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, okay, and I mean, and that's what I do, just with the ones that are really dire,
Yes.
some people that are just in such
Yeah.
bad shape. So then every time I
Yeah.
get up in the middle of the night, I'll go, okay, next 3 hours, go ahead, just
And some
let's
people will
send
set an
them.
alarm if they're intentionally trying to optimize every hour. I do suggest a new scan the next morning, or depending on the situation, a scan in the morning, optimize, optimize, optimize all day, a new scan at night if you want to stay up and optimize. But I like that twice a day because they've obviously made some changes in that 12 hours. So
Yeah.
new scan, new information, new priorities. Peel back
Okay.
those layers. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, when you worked on your husband, did you just send a playlist or did you just optimize him?
I just went to the Cephi, and you in homeopathics or something, it's there.
Yeah.
So I just did
You
that.
searched by symptom in the homeopathy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
See, this is another thing that someone might not have thought to go do because there's so many ways to do things. So
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, if you've got a symptom that you aren't really sure what to do with, go to your Cephi homeopathy and search by symptom, and it will give you different remedies that could be helpful in that situation. And you can also scan and it'll bring up the priority for the individual with their situation. And it's going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very empowering. And also, so sometimes I've got multiple people that need things and I will use my computer. I rarely use the computer because I've got my own hand device. I like our original, I call it my scanner. It's just an Android device, but it's dedicated because I don't get calls, texts, or messages or notifications. So I like that. But if I've got multiple people needing things, I use my laptop so I can open multiple tabs and I can have mom pulled up with stuff that she's needing. I can have dad pulled up with stuff he's needing. One of the dogs that needs something, they've got their stuff going and I can do them all at once. Now, the multicast has helped a lot of that because you can add up to 16 people in a category. So now I've got all my family in one category and I can pull them all up, run their emotion, type in an affirmation if I have time. And now you can save those so you don't have to redo it. And you can add a playlist. I've just been doing become the best version of yourself for everybody because we all need that. So these are some different ways that you can help multiple people at once. Because it gets hard. My mom and dad won't have a scan. They won't have their own scanner. So I will take care of them. My kids are not ready. They don't have time anyway. So, we've got people that we can't empower on their own, but my patients, they have to have their own.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, the price is so amazing that
Yeah.
it's just as long as they're open to learning because it's so much. So,
So
but
we
I tell
want to
them,
keep it simple.
yeah, well, that's what I tell them. I'm like, don't worry. In the back office, every single scan is explained. So
Yeah.
just take your time, go over it as many times as you want, but it is a very user-friendly system. I love it.
It is. And if people would just do an easy scan every day and then do their mind sync either in the morning or at night. I like to do my easy scan in the morning and my mind sync at night to reprogram this because that changes my whole world. But the easy scan, you've got your inner voice, you listen to your balancing harmonics to balance your emotions. You've got your vitals you've automatically been optimized. You've got your comprehensive automatically optimized. So I've just received 2 frequency therapy sessions and balance my emotions. And then before I go to sleep, I'm going to change the stinking thinking and reprogram it to what I want it to be. That's going to change the world right there. Everybody can do that. Everybody.
Could you go over the mind sync again? Because I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah. So mind sync is where we've got different affirmation lists. Like I like to do the I ams and the self-confidence because I have a lot of trauma that little pieces keep popping up, even though I've done a ton of healing. So when something shakes my world, I need to go remember who I am, what I am. And you can pick which one. I also like to do the abundance and prosperity ones because we all need to be financially free. But you speak these and it records your voice Okay. And then you can also pick a background tone, music, water, nature, but there's also medicine in the sounds, but you're listening, your cells are hearing your voice speak. I am. And literally, if you've seen my recording with Day of Discovery in March, it first, when I started doing it, I felt my cells like plants rising up for the sunshine. I felt that in my body. My cells wanted to hear that truth, because in here we have so many things that keep playing that are not true. They're lies we told ourselves or we've accepted from other people. They're defeating, they're limiting, they're awful. We have to change that. And with affirmations, we can do that. And some people want to just record it and listen to it over and over and over. I listen to mine while I sleep. That gives me a good at least 7 hours that my cells are listening to the truth instead of all the garbage that's wired in here. Okay. Now it's going to take time for that to be permanent. Who knows how long? It's different for everybody. But you need to speak them new every day. Don't listen to yesterday's over. Speak it fresh again today.
So how do you do that for a client?
You just you give them a choice of what kind of affirmations they'd like. For me, I personally think everybody needs to use I am, because we all need to remember the truth of who and what we are. And then record it, and then you can send it to them in an email. I'm not a tech person, but we have some people on the team that know how to do some kind of MP3 replay thing.
I'll tell my kids to help me. Yeah.
Dr. Daryl on our team, he's good at that stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's put it in our Facebook group somewhere, but he knows how to do that. Otherwise, it's only going to play 3 times for them, and then they're going to have to restart it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mary,
Yeah,
did you?
jump in? I've got a quick story. I'm the one that has almost no immune system. I spent years and years on going from doctor to medicine, antibiotic, always had sinus, have chronic lung issues. And I started scanning myself, and I started doing like the 3 times a day thing. And of course I broke out in like welts all over where my lymph nodes were.
Oh.
I didn't know what it was. I thought it was gnat bites. And I guess it was like a reaction. I just, like you talked about, I was doing too much, but I wanted to get better so bad. I'm underweight. I wanted to gain weight, and I just wanted to stop having diarrhea all the time. And it was like, my kids only know a sick mom. I feel like I covered it a lot, but I was so sick a lot. And it plays on your mind too. So my story is I've been getting better and better, kind of listening to these calls, getting more confidence. And I got a sore throat last week. Last week I had a sore throat, and normally when I get a sore throat, no matter what I do, it goes to my lungs. I start coughing, and I'm sick for 2 or 3 months with a sore throat. And in my sore throat, you guys went away in like 2 days. It was gone. First time in probably 10, 20 years. I don't know how many years.
Wow.
First time I got a sore throat, and my body overcame it. And I felt like, I don't know. I felt like I'm finally living like with hope. I feel like there's hope that I don't have to keep going doctors. And what I have, the doctors wanted me to take injections that was going to cost me $15,000 a month.
Oh my gosh.
It's some kind of a thing. I don't even really know what it's called. I don't really care. But I know that I knew I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
But I just did whatever I could. And I feel like a new person. I'm just so excited that maybe a lot of it was motion, but whatever it is, it's working, and I'm loving it. I sent a playlist to one of my friends the other day. She had a very bad headache. And as we were talking, I said, I'll just send this to you. I said, well, so how's your headache? She goes, oh my gosh, it's gone. And then the next morning I got a call from her. She goes, Mary, this is the first time in years I haven't woke up with a headache.
Oh my gosh.
So that was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I've watched you for months, and you look like a new person.
Yeah.
I mean, you are glowing. You're beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. Your eyes are shining. You look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. That makes me
I feel it.
happy.
Yeah, I probably blow people when I'm telling everybody, "Oh, I did this." Like, oh, yeah.
People need to hear from you, honey. There are so many people that can be dealing with a similar situation or even something just kind of like that, but they need to hear from you because they need hope. You know how defeated you felt.
Yes, yes, I do.
So thank you for sharing that. And I am, you know, I pray that God just gets us out on the internet. I know Antoine's on here tonight. He actually found us by our YouTube channel, our team YouTube channel, watching our wellness testimonials. And I'm so grateful that people are finding our channel and listening to our calls because this is changing people's lives. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Joni, you're the one that shared with Mary, right? Thank you. You have saved her life, or you've given her life back. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
she did. I appreciate her so much. It's just amazing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're together. We're a team.
Absolutely. And this, I say this every week. God made us all different parts, and we have got to have each other to function the way we're supposed to. I certainly don't function by myself. It takes the tribe. I don't have all the pieces. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert. We're all gifted in our own ways, and we have to come together to support each other. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you everyone for taking time to come tonight. We've already missed the first part of the Solex call, but we had to hear this. So thank you all for coming tonight. I love you so much. And please keep sharing with the world because other people need to be empowered like we are. And love you bunches. See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.